The Minecraft Championship returns with the 30-second installation of the popular gaming tournament. It kicks off halfway through next month, so you won't want to miss when it is, how you can watch it, and what to expect as we discuss everything we know so far about MCC 32. We'll also predict when the teams will be announced. Before we spill the facts, a reminder that only a small percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you don't want to miss exciting date announcement videos like this one, then feel free to hit the red button, plus turn on post notifications so you stay up to date with all the MCC news from me. I promise I'll talk a bit slower from now on, don't worry. So, at 4:30 PM BST on Wednesday the 21st of June, the official MC Championship Twitter account posted with this. The Decision Dome reopens for MCC 32 on Saturday 15th July at 8 PM BST. Who's excited for the return of MCC Island practice streams? As usual, the official MC Championship Discord server had its own similar announcement exactly 1 minute after the Twitter date reveal, which said MCC 32 has been announced. Join us for the MCC action 15th July 8 PM BST/3 PM ET. Join the MCC 32 event and be notified when the event goes live. So the event will commence at 8 PM UK time as always, and as with the last few events this year, the time zone for that is British Summer Time BST, not the other UK time zone which won't be in use till late October. That one is Greenwich Mean Time GMT, so don't get those confused please. With all that said, if you still don't know when MCC 32 is going to commence, make sure to use a reliable time zone converter to find out when the championship begins in your local area. I've linked a good website for that in the description. For the first time in season 3, we've got an event a massive 5 weeks away from the previous event, which was Pride 23 on the 10th of June. Earlier this year, the gaps between events were mostly 3 weeks and sometimes 4 weeks, so this longer wait this time compensates for that. If we throw up the date announcement tweet once again, you'll notice the MCC 32 event poster. There's not much to it though, just the standard red background with the MC Championship logo and that yellow diamond displaying the event number. Did you notice that same diamond in this video's thumbnail before you clicked on it? Let's jump back to the Discord announcement because it displays the Discord events feature, which allows you to show your interest in something and then that server will notify you when it starts. It's been used before for all previous season 3 events, as well as all the various MCC Island public server launches, so it looks to be a permanent and helpful feature. So if you think you're somehow gonna forget about July 15th, make sure you're in the MCC Discord server to join that event. More info on how to join the server at the end of this video. Now let's discuss everything else we know so far about MCC 32. Let's get started by looking ahead to the MCC 32 teams. The next big announcement for this event. We know that whenever teams are announced, the first 5 will drop on one day from 4:30 PM BST, and the remaining 5 will drop the next day starting from the same time, and there's a 15-minute gap between each team's announcement. At the start of each day, we'll have the pointless poll on Twitter at 4:15 PM BST, which literally just asks you to vote for which of that day's 5 teams you're most looking forward to before they're even announced. Makes sense, right? There has been no mention on either announcement platform of when exactly our MCC 32 teams will release. It won't be this week, it's too early. It definitely won't be any time during the week beginning Monday 10th July, because that's MCC week, which leaves the week beginning 26th June and 3rd July, but we can all mutually agree that whichever week it is, the teams will start on a Thursday and finish the day after on Friday. Now it seems natural that your teams come out from the week commencing 3rd July, so Thursday 6th and Friday 7th July, which would be just over a week before MCC 32, as this has been the pattern for too many events since last year. However, you are obviously forgetting the case of MCC 30, an event only in April this year that revealed its teams a whopping 2 weeks before its event, as was usual for events at the start of season 2. And the reason for this was that the MCC 30 date announcement was unusually early, having dropped just days after MCC scuffed on the very first day of April 2023. Since, as we alluded to earlier, MCC 32 is a large 5 weeks after Pride 23, and there's still over 3 weeks till the event, our teams will most certainly arrive on the last 2 days of June. That's Thursday the 29th and Friday the 30th of June, leaving 2 weeks till MCC 32 in exactly the same fashion as MCC 30. There's a tiny chance I'm wrong, so don't hold me to this, but realistically I'm not wrong, so there you go. That's when to expect the MCC 32 teams. Every July event in the past hasn't had any special cosmetic changes for the summer season, and I'm looking at MCC 7, 15 and 23. MCC 7 was on July 18th, 2020, MCC 15 was on July 24th, 2021, and MCC 23 was on July 23rd, 2022, but they all felt like regular canon events. Sadly, nothing was there to spice them up a little bit to match the outside heat. However guys, there is something pretty interesting about these 3 July events. I hope you're ready for this. In each of these events, something big happened to the MCC game Ace Race. In MCC 7, it was introduced for the first time as a replacement for Foot Race. In MCC 15, the scoring system was completely revamped, and that's when we saw the new bonuses. And direction arrows on Space Race were improved following whatever madness happened in MCC 14. And then in MCC 23, not only did we get a new map called Turtle Run, but that came with a ton of bug fixes and quality of life improvements, such as signposting and displaying time splits per checkpoint in the middle of the player's screen. Also, the first time we saw moving walls in Ace Race. Most of all, MCC 23 gave us the first ever ace race with 4 laps instead of 3. Does this mean that MCC 32 has another ace race change to completely surprise us? Guys, is it even possible to remix ace race, especially after receiving 2 remixes in just the last event, Pride 23, for different games? Will we get a new map? Will the number of laps increase once more? Or even, I fear, could this be the end? Could Wilbur Soot's game finally be dead, destined to be merely a predecessor to an improved movement racing game? We will surely see ace race or an equivalent game in the MCC 32 games graphic, which will be released on Wednesday 12th July. So as you await the game's reveal, just spare a moment for our beloved ace race and let me know in the comments below what you think its fate will entail, because surely this isn't a coincidence, as it's happened 3 July events in a row, perhaps even 4 times in a row now with MCC 32. Alright, admittedly, I'm exaggerating a bit, but that is truly crazy, and even if it's something small that happens to ace race, that would still be enough to convince me that MCC is scripted. Yep, definitely, who agrees? But who supposedly hasn't signed up for this event? Apparently, I've seen Hannah XX Rose's name floating around in the subreddit. I haven't managed to find proof of that, but if you do, let us know in the comments below. Also, inform us of any other players who have presumably not signed up for MCC 32. There's always a couple here and there, but as always, take that with a pinch of salt. Aside from MCC 32, remember guys that the MCC Island public server is now available in open beta for all Minecraft Java Edition accounts to play on, as long as it isn't a cracked account or banned. It's that server where you can relish victories in Sky Battle, Battle Box, Hole in the Wall to get to the other side, and the recently added Parkour Warrior. No admission tickets for whitelisting are required, so head on over to the island. I'll catch you there. Server IP is in the description. There's also another developer Q&A in the MCC Discord on Wednesday, June 28th from 5 PM BST, where you can ask all your MCCI questions to the Noxcrew. Before we end, I just want to remind you that if you love talking about MCC just as much as I do, then you can join lots of free official social media platforms to do just that, to talk about our beloved Minecraft tournament and MCC Island. Check the links in the description to join the official Discord server, subreddit page, and Island forums, which is now part of the new main home of the MCC website. I'm sure I've missed a couple small hints here and there, scattered all over the various aforementioned MCC platforms, but that's pretty much all the important info you need to know right now about MCC 32. Thanks to the Noxcrew, who I'm sure will impress us with yet another fantastic event, surely something related to ace race as I mentioned. And to Scott's Major for team building, we should be seeing those teams drop at the end of June as discussed earlier. Well, I've been your host, and I'll catch you all in July to discuss and rank the MCC 32 teams. See ya, Minecraft champions!